I'm just doing a return manifold replacement on a greenstar Worcester 24i Junior. So I just got my hose there and into the bucket. I've recharged the vessel already, so I just pumped it all out. So now I can start isolating my bulkheads, cold, flow return, undo my cold mains bulkhead, take out the flow turbine clip. And these can always be a nightmare. I don't know who thought of this at Worcester, but they've lost the plot. Because they literally give you no clearance space to get this clip out. You've got to try and just pry it out of place. And then eventually get like some grips or pin nose pliers just to get hold of it so you can yank it out of position. And again, it ends the same story, just a nightmare. So this is me now just struggling. I thought, let me just get the pin nose pliers, pull it out nice and easy, put it somewhere safe. Obviously the new manifold comes with a new one anyway, but better to be safe than sorry. So yeah, then just pull the actual flow turbine out once you got the bulkhead for the cold mains off, and it should just pop out of place. It's just held in by O-rings anyway. So there we go, put that to the side because you're going to need that. And then it's a case of just fishing out the flow turbine adapter. These always rupture and they crumble, so don't be too disheartened if that happens to you. They cost like £6. So always try to keep a spare on the van for these kind of jobs. So yeah, just trying to fish it out there, as you can see. It'll eventually come. Sure, give it a few jiggles. There we go, there she is. That's half of it. That's the other half stuck in place. So what you want to try to do is, there's little filters and a flow restrictor that's in the actual flow turbine. You want to take them out and make sure how you took them out, you line them up in that way. Because when it comes to rebuilding the next one, you don't want to be confused on how they went in. So always just try and put them to the side like that, so you know. So yeah, like I'm saying, just try and fish the rest of it out and eventually it will come. Throw that in the bin, you don't need that. And like I say, the return manifold's been replaced anyway, so there's no point cleaning it up or anything. So now you can start obviously dismantling the heating system components in the boiler. So undo all your clips. These are on the pressure gauge and the expansion vessel connections. Make sure you've obviously recharged the vessel, drained down first before you do this, otherwise you're going to get wet. So there she is. I'm just trying to pry out the pressure gauge because they can always be a bit fucking seized up. So I'm just trying to yank that out of place to make sure I've got the grips, pulled her out, and she came. She came. I don't know why I wasted so much time with the redhead. So yeah, once they're out of place, you can then pull the main clip out that holds the pump to the manifold, and then undo your main clip from the return heat cell pipe. And then you can obviously try and get these are always a bit fiddly. What I advise is to get in some like LDF or some ferrop liquid and just squirt it into the hole before you wiggle it out, and it will all just come out nice and easy. And I think I went with a redhead, big flathead, just to get the manifold separated from the old pump. There she is. She came out nice and lovely. So like I say, put that to the side because you're gonna need that. And then undo your return bulkhead connection, because that connects onto the manifold anyway. So unwiggle. So yeah, once you get your pump out of the way, you want to move on to your plate exchanger. So undo the screws that hold the plate to the manifold. What I usually do is undo both sides, just so you got a bit of play on the actual plate. So that's the other screw there on the flow manifold. So undo that, so you got a bit of play on the plate. You kind of push it out of the way a little bit, and then you want to basically unclip the PRV. So you just pull down the little bracket, the little it's like a beige bracket that holds the PRV in place. And now the main pain is this internal bypass. So I should have done a video of me wiggling it out, but same kind of thing with the expansion vessel tube. You just got to spray a load of LDF into the actual O-ring, and then you can kind of wiggle it out and it will come. A lot of people I know cut them out and they just use blanking plates to fill them in on the actual manifolds. So now, yeah, plates out the way, PRV's disconnected. Now you should be able to basically pull that manifold out of the way. So now I'm just basically, I've got the new manifold all built up, got the new manifold in place, got the main thing you want to do is basically get the internal bypass, get that in, get your bulkhead lined up, get the PRV lined up, and then you can basically start screwing the actual manifold back to the casing, and that should basically pull it all back into position. You should know because your PRV will be lined up and the return bulkhead will also be lined up. So then you can just start basically screwing the plate back in. All the little cuts that you get from working on Worcesters. It's a custom with these, unfortunately. So yeah, you just screw that back up nice and tight. Look at that, getting abused by the casing. So now you want to get your pump back in place, put the clips back in, obviously pull down the plastic clip, lock that in place, and you can start obviously plugging in your pressure gauge expansion vessel. Always make sure the clips are pushed in all the way. So when I was an apprentice, I flooded someone's bedroom because the clip weren't pushed all the way in. I repressurized and I got very wet. So a mistake you make once and don't make again. So yeah, that's just me pulling the vessel back down, locking that in place, getting the clip pushed back in. Eventually she did take. So that's that done, and then the little trick just to get that, this is the PRV housing I was talking about, that you got to pull down to get it out. This is me just whacking it back into place. A few whacks and it will go, you'll know it's back in place because there's a little, like a little lip on the back of it, and it will only go up to a certain level. So that's when you know it's all back in place. So yeah, I struggled, I didn't even record it, it was that bad. Struggled to get the flow sensor, flow turbine clip back into place. Obviously got my mains bulkhead lined up, new 5 washers. So that was all lovely jubbly, get him nice and tight. And then yeah, you want to basically fill up on your cold mains first, because that will tell you if you've got any leaks on the plate, that kind of thing. If it's not lined up properly, you'll know from the mains. So that's it, all back in place. Vessel, pressure gauge, bypass all in, return manifolds back in, pumps back in, everything's all plugged back in. So we're ready to fill up. And after filling up and testing for a bit, I just thought I'd just give her a little clean up. I feel like these are the things that the customer takes note of the most. You know, they don't mind you swearing at the boiler and throwing parts here and there. If you clean up after yourself and you make the thing look neat, they're gonna come back to you. So just a little tip there for everyone starting. Don't be thrown off by these kind of jobs.